Hi Graceway families, Pastor Don here. Hope you're well this day. We're all decked out for VBS and we're in one of the space station rooms here. But it gets me thinking about all the kids ministries here at the church and how we have AWANA coming up. If you were here on Sunday night, you heard Danielle Berlaga share about the challenges that young adults and young children face today, being carried away in the current of culture. Each time they open their phones, they talk to their friends, participate on a sports team, or go to school, they're exposed to things that Satan seeks to use to separate them from God. See, here we have a program here at Graceway called AWANA. AWANA is a ministry that shares God's Word with kids from 3 years old to 6th grade. And in AWANA, the kids have opportunities to grow in the Lord through lessons, through Bible study, through games, and through activities. AWANA is a wonderful ministry to participate in, and the impact that we as leaders can have on them really can affect these children in a very positive way for years to come. And we have two of our AWANA students, one who has actually come through the program completely, talking about how the young leaders, now adult leaders, had influenced her. And we have one of our 5th graders going into 6th grade talking about how the leaders there in AWANA helped him in a particular difficult time in his life.
My AWANA leaders were important to me because they really were good role models and showed me how to really walk in the way of God. I remember Heidi and Brianna were my AWANA leaders, and now I get to see them grow up and they get to see me grow up, and it's just a really fun community to be a part of.
These past few years, as you all know, my dad was in the hospital. He was very sick, and my AWANA leaders have been helping me a lot with that and helping me to not worry about my dad and to just help me focus on God and not my dad, and that I would just know that God would help my dad.
Yes.
You see, when you're partnering with us in AWANA, you're part of something special. Whether it is leading in games, or whether it's helping a kid with a verse, or maybe just sitting in and hearing a lesson and just helping the kids stay focused, you're part of something really, really special. See, I started out leading in AWANA. When I started out in ministry here at Graceway, AWANA was the first stop. I wanted to be part of something where we could spend time helping kids. And I started out just being part of a class. And then I started helping kids say verses. Pretty soon I was preparing lessons. And all of a sudden I was leading in that kindergarten to 2nd grade age. And it's just what a wonderful experience it was for me. Because as I was preparing lessons and I was helping the kids memorize their verses, I was memorizing the verses as well. And as I was preparing the lessons, I was learning as well. I was able to grow in the Lord as I was helping the kids grow in the Lord. AWANA is full of ways to impact children, and a lot of it is fun. But sometimes there's going to be the T&Ter that you're reviewing the same verse with them for 3 weeks in a row because they didn't practice it, or there's the Sparky that just wants to twirl around in a circle rather than listening to a lesson. But wow, what an impact you can make on these kids. You know, in closing, I just want to reference what Peter tells us in 1 Peter chapter 4, where he says, "Each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in various forms." You see, God has given each one of us a gift and each one of us talents, and we can use each one of them to impact children for the Lord. So whether it's leading in a game, or partnering in a lesson, or helping kids memorize verses, each one of those areas are ways that we can prepare the children to stand against the tide that culture is pressing against them. I hope you will consider this fall season as we get ready to roll out AWANA this fall, that you will consider leading, serving, or partnering with us in one of these areas. Thank you, and God bless.